Okay, what is going on, everybody? I'm doing something a little different today. I'm going to be working on a new video series entitled Immortal Thoughts. So I'm pretty much just going to be talking about the game, different aspects of it, just random, sometimes not. Mainly just going over different, just ideas, thoughts, things like that I might want to speak about. I mostly focus on gameplay, of course, but at the same time, I've got a mind of my own too, and of course, I want to share with you guys. So I'm just gonna jump into this. I tried to do this video earlier today, and unfortunately, I think we had an internet outage in our area, so I'm just doing it right now. I was planning to stream tonight, but I'm just gonna do it tomorrow, and I'm just gonna do it uncollected, just a full completion, just to kind of test out the event, see what's going on. But anyways, so one of the main topics I wanted to speak about here is Act 6, because I've been slowly but surely making my way through it 100%. And I'm just going chapter by chapter, so I'm working on chapter 2 right now. And one of the main aspects of Act 6 I have noticed is that if I, like, for example, 6.2.2, if you look at this, here we go. I'm not sure if 6.3 is this way and 6.4, because I did check and I didn't see as many gates. But there's a couple of paths where you might need 2, you might need 3, 6 stars, or 5, or 3 or 4, 5 stars of a certain class. And that's one of the things I really want to discuss today as far as champions. Because one of the aspects of my roster, I personally feel like that makes my roster unique, is I have solely focused on ranking up I started with Arena because I wanted to, get units easily and whatnot. So I built my team off of Arena. And then, from there, obviously, I kept progressing. And at this point, I'm just really waiting on variant 7. I have variant 1 that I have to 100%. I will be going into the Abyss. My goal is probably around like 6,000 units is probably when I'm going to get in there. I don't want to spend a ton just to, get some content done. But anyways, I wanted to discuss just ranking up certain champs for certain reasons. And not necessarily going off of a tier list all the time. Tier lists are great, but unfortunately, a lot of people, it's like the holy grail. It's like, well, if they're not in a certain tier, does that mean they're unusable? And obviously that's not the case. So with my roster, what I've done is I've always ranked up for damage and utility. That's the most important thing in the game to me. And to be quite honest, just to be 100% real with everybody, when I started ranking up certain champs, I would always think of different counters that Kabam might throw at us, or something that's in the future. And that's another reason I actually like, let me see, I'll find it real quick. Civil Warrior, for example, because, obviously he's one of the newer buffs, but one of the big things about Civil Warrior that I think is going to be overlooked until I guess we need it is, he's immune to nullify and stagger. So, if you got something like that, there's not many champs in the game that, are immune to something like that. But anyways, like I said, this is going to be a video series. This one's probably going to be a little bit shorter than the other ones. Kind of just get my feet wet with this one. But again, let's just go into 6.2. Because like I said, I'm just waiting on, well, I'll show you real quick. Let me see, what is it, back issues? Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, I've got everything 100% other than this, which I've only done one pass on. I don't remember if I've done a couple more lanes. I really don't remember. But so I'm waiting for variant 7. And as you can see, as most of my my normal viewers know, I'm 100% in Act 7. So, I just figured just to pass the time, I might as well go back in Act 6, because one of the big things about Act 6 is no matter if you think you have the time or not, because I've just been doing it. I've been doing like maybe 1 to 3 paths a night. One night I think I did 4 paths because I was doing so good and just getting through it almost itemless, pretty much itemless. And right now for me, I'd like to take another 6 star to rank 3, but because I don't spend a ton of money in the game, it's gonna be a little bit harder unless I do Abyss like immediately, or like I said, I shell out some money, or I just go through this. But in the meantime, I can go through this, and one of the big things too is there is a 6 star Nexus in here, not to mention a Awakening gem, which is really crazy. So I think it's worth the effort. I mean, unfortunately, it's not a generic, but still, and you're getting 2 6 stars to rank 2. So hopefully this will push some people to maybe get Act 6 100%. Obviously everybody's at a different place in the game. Not to mention right there a Tier 5 class Catalyst. So I mean, if you've got the Tier 5 basic already, then you're pretty much good to go. So just from completing this, I'll have another rank 3. And in the meantime, if you look at some of the, actually not chapter 1. Let's see. Chapter 2. This is very important. If you look at that, that's a 25% Tier 5 class Catalyst. And see, here's the thing. There's more. There is more. And I don't know if, a lot of players, maybe they just forgot about it or what, or they just, shrugged it off. But, I mean, there's some pretty nice rewards in here. I mean, that's 75% of a class Catalyst right there. Now, the odds are you're probably not going to get, the same class. I mean, that would be cool if that's what you're looking for. But either way, so I kind of just wanted to talk about that real quick. And just really talk about building teams and, not necessarily just following the grain. Because a lot of times there's a lot of champs in this game that people have just overlooked. And I always say Hawkbuster is my favorite champ, and it's for a reason. He is absolutely overpowered in the right hands, because it takes a lot of skill to understand certain things about him. And I'm telling you, that's just one example. But I just kind of want to talk about 6.2, because as you can see, I've been, slowly getting through the lanes. I think I have like 2 more paths on this. Oh yeah, and there was one specific lane before I end the video that I wanted to discuss and kind of warn people if they haven't done it yet. But anyway, so you can look here, and like for example, I just did this path, but you need 3 mutants 5 stars, and obviously it's easier to get 5 stars now in the game depending on where you're at. But to be able to take on this type of content, I mean, you're gonna want to have some decent, mix it up pretty much with your rank ups. So it's very, very important to rank up different classes too. So not just going all mutant or all cosmic, or, and this is really proving it right here, because I honestly forgot about this until I started going back in for 100%. So even over here, if you look at this lane, you need 3 5 stars that are tech. So I mean, obviously when you're going for 100%, you're gonna stretch your roster out a little bit, but it's just a heads up, I guess, just a reminder if anyone's doing it, because I've talked to multiple people that are looking to do Act 6 100%. So while they're waiting for content or whatever, even like this lane, I did this lane already, but you need 3 6 stars. So that might not be a big deal for a lot of people, but I mean that could definitely be a roadblock. So just definitely be aware of that. I'm not going to talk much longer. I'm going to have more topics. I might talk about some deals. I might talk about a certain champ. This is just going to be like kind of my space where I'm not really playing the game and I'm just talking. So we'll see how it works out. But yeah, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I just want to talk about one lane here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video because, like I said, I don't want this to be too long. But let me see. Quit. There we go. Okay. Because there was one path here that was, I couldn't believe how it was set up. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like every other path was like cake. And then the one path hit, and I was like, oh, this is nuts. But give me a sec. I got to find it. Okay. Oh, yeah. There it is. Right here. This path. When you take this path, you might want to have some good counters. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Especially I was shocked, but that Venom pool is actually he's tougher than you might think, because he's got like some crazy nodes on him. But if you look at this path here, and this is 6.2.1. But you know, as you can see, I do have this 100% now. But with this particular node, you got Spry. Like each fight has a different node on it. But beyond that, if you look at the node, like the actual link node, it's aspect of war. I'm not gonna obviously break that down, but at the same time, it's aspect of war and life cycle. So I'm telling you, it's a tricky, very, very tricky lane. I actually saved it for last because I tried it and I couldn't figure out the first fight for a minute. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Is this just like a unit grab path or what's going on here? But, you know, I think I used Doom was good if you have Doom. Claire was good. Cap was good. There's a couple of different champs that you could bring here that's not necessarily like straight up counters. But, you know, I will say this Venom pool, by far, I was pretty shocked, but by far, that was the hardest fight on the path. And I thought I was just going to, like, roll through them. It was not that was not the case. I can't, what does he have? Okay, so he has, yeah, Buffet, and then he had Aspect of War, and he had Life Cycle. And then he's got his other crazy abilities, too. So, yeah, that fight, just be careful going into that one, because that one actually threw me off a little bit, and I was shocked. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for the first edition of Immortal Thoughts. I'm thinking about doing maybe one a week. And, you know, it's kind of like a objective perspective on the game. You know, I'm not going to say, okay, you know, if you don't have one of these 5 champions, go buy a bunch of crystals. It's like, no, you know, I mean, yeah, like this team that I have right now, if you understand, it's almost like with their powers combined, this is a very powerful team right here. This is an extremely powerful team. But not everyone might have, you know, these champs. So, you know, it's always good to have some backups and really just to do your own research. And most importantly, enjoy the game and have fun. At the end of the day, if you're not doing that, something's wrong. So whatever you need to do to get that done, do it. So that's going to do it for my first edition of Immortal Thoughts. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. If you did, you know, kindly hit the like button. You can sub if you like. Hit the bell. I will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to do an early stream yet or if it's going to be, you know, more towards the afternoon. I'm not sure. It really just kind of depends on how my day goes because I do have a couple of things I have to do business-wise. So we'll see. But either way, I appreciate your time. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you ever have any, you know, topics or something you'd like me to discuss, you can hit me up on Discord or Line or, you know, just comment on the video. That's fine. So I appreciate everybody's time. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day, whatever it is. Thank you. Have a great night and take care, everybody. I will talk to you next time.